What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big John. I'm here to talk about carbohydrates today and what kind of carbohydrates to eat. Now, in our society, we're told that this is the enemy, that this is the ones that give us obesity, gives us diabetes. But is it the kind of carbohydrates you eat, or is it how much carbohydrates you eat in your diet? You should say what kind of carbohydrates you eat. What kind of carbohydrates increase insulin levels that give rise to pre-diabetes and eventually diabetes and obesity? Simple sugars such as cereals, rice, breads. All these simple, fast-absorbing carbohydrates spike insulin levels, which keep insulin levels low. Any kind of whole grain, any slow digesting carbohydrate, fruits, vegetables, real whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, these are the foods you should be eating because it keeps your insulin levels very low. Now let's talk about insulin. Let's talk about how insulin works. Insulin is secreted by the pancreas. Now, when you eat something, anytime you eat a carbohydrate, depending on what carbohydrate you eat, depending on what kind of carbohydrate you eat, it'll spike your insulin levels up, either high or just a little bit. If you eat processed, simple carbohydrates, like I said with the white breads and things like that, it's gonna spike it up high. Now, when insulin levels rise, it's secreted by the pancreas and it wants to shoot blood glucose and push it into cells as energy. It takes the glucose in the blood and puts it in cells to give energy. And the problem is with that, if you have too much insulin, your body's gonna wanna crave more of these sugars to level it off. So it's a vicious cycle. So you're gonna keep eating more processed food, insulin level's gonna get higher. You're gonna eat more processed food, insulin's gonna get higher and higher and higher till you become insulin resistant. When you become insulin resistant, you develop pre-diabetes, you develop obesity, and then eventually diabetes. Now, it doesn't happen overnight. This is from a while of just breaking down your body, doing bad habits, choosing bad food choices. Now, if you eat the whole grains or if you eat any fruits, vegetables, good carbohydrates, what it does is it just hits the insulin levels just a little bit to give the cells the energy it needs, and you don't have to eat any more sugars to bring down those insulin levels. So the message you guys should take home is eat good complex carbohydrates. It has nothing to do with how much carbohydrates you eat, because there are some cultures that eat very, very high carbohydrate intake and they have no obesity, they have no diabetes. But it's the kind of foods they eat. That's it, guys. Take care.